Alright legends, welcome back to Chasing Tangles Fishing Adventures. Today we are on the northwest coast, heading out. Got myself, Jamie, and got Bazza on board. Let's get out there and see what we can come across. The mighty running down to get on the boat. Let's get out there and get amongst it. Baz is coming in hot. Look at him go. Just launched the boat. What an absolute beautiful morning. She's pretty calm. We've got Baz on the steering this morning. Incredible Burnie wharf right there. Let's go. Let's get out there. What a sunrise. Chasing Tangles, northwest. Let's go. Unbelievable. Table Cape, Tassie, the northwest. What an absolute incredible place, my word. First time ever being here, incredible. What do you reckon, Baz? Beautiful. Visibility is looking pretty bloody good at the moment. My word, it's been rough as rough the last week or so, but she is pretty bloody clear. You can see the bottom. We're in about, what are we in? 10 metres of water? About 10 metres of water. Can see the bottom very, very clear. What a place. This is unreal. So the wonderful time finally rolled around to jump in for a dive. Place I've never dived before. Jumped in, first spot about 8 metres of water. An absolute incredible spot. Conditions, absolute picturesque, crystal clear water. And a terrain very similar to what I normally dive. However, it wasn't everything I was sort of expecting. I thought I'd just jump in there and, you know, there'd be crays sort of everywhere. But it wasn't quite. It was sort of pretty barren. One thing I must say about the northwest coast, the fish life was absolutely incredible. It's a very, very healthy ecosystem in the scheme of things, which is always incredible to see. I spent a fair bit of time spot bouncing, looking, diving, just rinse and repeat the same thing. Spirits were quickly depleting away. It was looking like it was going to be a complete disaster. The cave system and everything like that was very, very cool and very promising for what you'd normally expect to see crays sort of loaded up in. Seen a few big conger eels, but sort of tried to keep my distance from them. They're not normally the most friendly characters. These big ledges and everything, and just barren really. I was a bit disheartened with the hours quickly evaporating. We'd have a few cool experiences in between, like a common gurnet there. Those prickly suckers, not super common on the northeast, so just took a second to, you know, have a bit of a squiz, see a different side of them when you're not normally catching them on the line. In a split second, complete disappointment can turn to complete excitement. Here I've located an absolute cracker of a southern rock lobster. My word, adrenaline is pumping. I've gone in for the grab. Definitely not the best grab, but however I do have a decent hold on him, but he's fairly well locked up under this ledge. I'm not going to drag the footage on forever because it seemed to take a month to get him out. It's probably about 2.5 minutes to 3 minutes of prying and pulling. Didn't want to go too overboard and rip his head off or completely damage him. I was slowly getting the better end of the deal here. As you can see, he's slowly but surely starting to move. And yeah, pressure's on. Can I succeed or will it be failure? The hours and hours of hard work, swimming, looking, searching, rinse and repeat has all paid off. An absolute beauty to finalise the day and call this trip quits for now. Anyway, an absolute beauty, probably around that 2.5 to 2.8 kilos. So definitely a nice fish by anyone's books. But this isn't the end for the northwest coast. I will be back. It's an incredible coastline and it's something I would love to learn a bit more about and figure out the terrain a bit more and where to find more southern rock lobsters and just generally enjoy it a bit more. Incredible place, and I will be back. This isn't the first and final. Chase and Tangles will be back for the northwest.